Hello, how's it going? I had somebody ask me about using the Mapmyride app, so I wanted to make a video tutorial, kind of explaining how to use it. Um, One reason is because the soul, the group that we're in, Soul Riders, this is what we use. So what I wanted to do is go all the way from downloading the app. So on this extra phone I have, I don't have the app, so I'm gonna use this as an example. And so you want to find Map My Ride and make sure you install it. That's it right there. And what this app does as it's downloading is this is what allows us to monitor every single one of our rides, your mileage, elevation, the time, your calories, your speed and how fast you're going, and also depending on what you add to it, which I'm going to talk about later, you can monitor your cadence, your heart rate. There's different things that you can do. A lot of cyclists use Strava, which is another kind of app, and that's probably the more popular one. But I'll explain why we choose to use Map My Ride. This is an amazing app. Under Armour, it's owned by Under Armour. Also, not only Map My Ride, they have Map My Run, Map My Walk, and also My Fitness Pal. Also, so we're just gonna go ahead and download this. It's almost done, and I'm gonna show you how, once you install it, how to set it up. This ride, this Map My Ride app, is also what we use as a group as Soul Riders. This is what we use to monitor each other. It creates a community within it, almost like, in a sense, a Facebook for cyclists is the best way I can describe it. So just waiting for this to install, and then I'll show you how to set it up. There's a couple things you need to set up in the very beginning. Okay, there it goes. So let's open it now. Okay, so you would put join now, but since I'm an existing user, well, you guys can't see my password, so hold on. But yeah, you just basically make yourself a profile and a password. That way you can sign in. And hold on, I'm logging in. So let's say you'd already did that. And you log in. And that's it. So it's going to say you want to allow Map My Ride to access your device's location, or else it can never locate you where you're at. GPS is very important for this app. So this is what it looks like, guys. This is Map My Ride. Okay, this just explains what's new. We want to get started. So this is what it looks like. This is the very base, but before we come back, we're going to come back to this. You want to hit these three lines over here. I know iPhone is a little different, but I'm sure it's similar, so you'll be able to follow along. So this basically opens up the menu. You have a way to upgrade, track your workout, log a workout. We're going to talk about all of these. If I hit my icon, it tells you my profile. My weekly average, 17 miles, 2 hours. I did 3 workouts this week so far. I burned 1,900 calories this week. My all-time distance, I have done 2,012 miles. Wow, that's good. If you added all that up, it means I've ridden in 9 days and 19 hours, 389 rides, and in the time I've been a member of this app, I have burned 225,580 calories. So this is your overall of your own profile. It says here, I've been a member since 2014. Okay, so let's back up now. Let's go back to this. And this is the part, let me see. I'm going to kind of jump around here, okay? So This is to upgrade. The next one is a track workout. That's what I'm going to do if I'm going to go on a bike ride. I'm going to go to track workout. Real simple. It's going to say road cycling. This is your you want to do different types of things: road cycling, mountain bike, fixed gear C activities. You could change the activities you do. Obviously I use it for road cycling, so I never even mess with that. Once it's on. It's always going to say road cycling all the time. And basically, to start a ride, you hit start.
Begin workout.
Yeah. And it starts. Okay. And if I would start moving, see that little dot? You would see that dot move. Also, see this arrow down here? You could slide it up, and now it shows all your stats. You would see how fast you're going, the duration of your ride, how fast you're going, your average speed overall, your calories. Okay, so let's stop that. We could pause it. We could
Workout
resume
paused.
we could resume the workout, or we can hold the finish. I'm going to finish it, guys. So I'm going to hold the finish.
Workout finished.
And I don't want to save it. So I'm going to X out, but normally I would hit save. You want to save that ride. If you don't save the ride, it will erase. So I'm going to X out of there. Look, and it says, are you sure you want to discard this workout? This cannot be undone. Yeah, I do want to erase it. So that's over here. Track workout. Log a workout is if your battery dies, your app didn't work, and later on you know the distance you went. Let's say you went with a partner and you know you did 5 miles in 25 minutes. You could actually go here and log it in manually. Let's look, road cycling, the date, the type of riding you did. You could put a note. You could select the route, the duration, all these things, basic info. Okay, so we don't want to do that right now. This is shopping. Under Armour. Obviously, Under Armour owns this app, so they want to have a store in there so you can buy things. These are different routes. Activity feed. This is the Facebook part. Activity feed opens up 3 different sections. The first one is community, then the friends you have, and then me. If I hit me, oh, there's me today. These are all of my activities that I have done. Just posts that I have posted. If I hit friends, I can see the post of anyone that's my friend. No one else, just my friends. Look, this is Gabe. He posted this cool picture, a shadow of things to come. It's a cyclist. So these are my friends. Okay, and then community is the Under Armour community as a whole. Everybody that's on Mapmyride, Mapmywalk, MyFitnessPal, all of those things. Nice. Okay, so that's the activity feed. Challenges. This is why I choose to do Mapmyride instead of Strava. Challenges allows you to make your own challenge. Under Armour puts their own challenge. For instance, there's you got that Under Armour U versus 2018, all these things. That's not what I'm interested in. See the my challenges? It lets us make our own challenges within our own group, and because we're a group of soul riders, this is how anyone can be a soul rider no matter where you're at. You get Mapmyride, you create a profile, and you friend request us. And what happens is every month, under my challenges, I create a challenge for our group. For instance, right now, it's the Soul Riders official September challenge. There's 10 participants, and it ends at the end of September. If I click that, it lets me see where everyone is at. Look who's number 1. Me. Second, you have James, you have Rocky. So any single time every one of these riders goes onto Mapmyride, does a ride, it automatically bumps up your miles, and if you pass the next person above you, it bumps them down, and you get their place. We do this every single month. This is a really fun way within our own group to encourage and push each other, push each other to go further than if we would have if we were alone. So what I do at the beginning of the month is I create a challenge. I hit this plus button, and look at that, create challenge. I put a name. The challenge type is usually most distance. The duration, I usually click a month. The date, and then I start inviting friends and I start the challenge. We do this every single month. These are past challenges that we have done in the past. So you can see this month was fun. This is a 100-mile challenge in May. So what happens is when I send the invite, if I send it to you, you'll see it. It'll give you a little, see this thing up here? That's your notification. If I click that, it tells me my notifications. And it would say that you've been invited to a challenge. Do you want to accept it? So that's the challenges. Dashboard is just kind of, your overall stats, your plan, your workouts, things like that. This is now apps and devices. This is super cool. Under Armour has made it that you can sync to different apps like MyFitnessPal. Every time I do a bike ride, those calories that I burned gets put on MyFitnessPal automatically. There's footwear for those of you that are runners or walkers that counts your steps. So it'll sync to all of these things. Heart rate monitors, Jawbone, Connect, Fitbits, Misfit, all these different brands that it connects to. My next thing I want to get is a heart rate monitor. It just basically lets you know your heart rate, so that way when you're riding, you look at your screen and it lets you know what your heart rate is. There's a bike power meter. Those can be a little pricey. I'm not too sure if I'm even going to ever get one, but I know some people do. The one thing I do have is, if you watch our last video, I explained what bike cadence is. So these are things you can connect to this app. It's amazing. Lastly, and this is important, I should have said this in the beginning actually, but on your settings, when you first install this app, go to your settings. This is important. Okay, here on units, you want to put whether you want miles or kilometers. Obviously, I have it miles because we're in the United States. Auto pause. You always want to have auto pause on. This is why. Because if you have to stop at a red light, you don't want, if you're timing yourself, you don't want that dead time of you just sitting at a red light. So I always have auto pause. So when I stop pedaling, the timer will stop and it'll stop counting. And then as soon as it senses me pedaling again, you got to give it a second or two. Don't panic if you stop and the clock is still going. It will stop after about 2 seconds, and then once you start riding, it'll start again on its own after about 2 seconds. But use auto pause on. If I'm going for a short ride, I keep my screen on, because that way I can see all my stats. But obviously, if you go for a really long ride, you don't want that because it's going to kill your battery. View pin drops. Now this is really, really important, guys. See this bike tire size? You want to make sure that you find your size of your tire and you make sure it's on the right one. These are all the different sizes of tires. Real key, because if not, it's not going to be an accurate speed or an accurate distance. It needs to know what tire size you have. Push notifications, I would always have them on. Because if I do a ride, if you're in our group, if I do a ride, you want to get a notification that I just did a ride. And I want to get a notification if you do a ride. That's how we're able to keep each other accountable and keep each other challenging each other, by having notifications. That way, when you got 12, 13, 15 guys in our Soul Rider group, it's really fun to start seeing these notifications go off, and it just encourages you to get on your bike. So that's pretty much it on how to use this app. It's really fun. And this is why I choose, like I said, to use this instead of Strava, because the Soul Rider group is really important to us, and Strava does not let us make individual challenges. Strava has challenges of their own overall for all the Strava users, but this one allows us, Soul Riders, to make our own challenge, and we can encourage each other. And that is why I choose to use Mapmyride. And I hope to meet you on there. Friend request me. If you want to be a part of Soul Riders, all you have to do is friend request me. Let me know you want to be part of the group. Earn your sticker. You know how you earn your sticker? By doing 30 miles. And I will send it to you no matter where you are at. And we will send that to you. You post it on your bike. We want a picture of it on your bike. And we create this community. This is a community that most bike clubs are in a city with everybody together. And I know there's a lot of you that like to go riding, and you don't have no one to ride with, and you don't know any groups, or maybe there's no group in your town. But through this Mapmyride, we create our own community, and we can hold each other accountable. And trust me, you don't want to do it alone, because when you do it together, even if we're far miles apart from each other, states apart, it still becomes a community. You can ask some of the guys, some of the women on here, that even though some of them ride alone, they don't feel like they ride alone, because the second you finish your miles, it pops up on everyone in the group, and we all congratulate each other when we do those miles. Thank you.